I'm John Schrott, and this is On the Spot. Today we're going to be talking with Adam Warner from our office. And Adam has a niche responsibility, and it's really to create 3D visualization both for internal purposes and for external purposes. And Adam, you've been doing this for some time, so you've seen this evolution move forward. Tell us a little bit about how you do your work.
So, yeah, I have seen a lot of evolving. The technology has really changed, the way people would do what I do. It's changed in the last 10, 15 years. A lot of times before, when I first started, 15 years ago, I was doing all the modeling. Because not everything was in 3D. We were still working in 2D AutoCAD, and the designers, some had those skill sets, others did traditional. So it was more, I would model, do all the materials and finishes. But now, because the technology has changed so much and become more accessible, the architects and designers, it's much easier for them to get into it and still do all the other things that they need to do. So my role still is involved in all of that, but I'm doing a lot of refining, a lot of the really artistic stuff, the stuff that, that we would really want to put out for promotional stuff and, to help really sell a project. And the designers are using them as a tool, for their everyday workflow.
Right. So you kind of polish the model so that it becomes the nice shiny new object that goes out there. Yeah. And oftentimes clients use that for philanthropic purposes, for their own internal advertisement, etc. But the nuances of light and people and clouds, birds, cars, where do you find all that to make it look so real?
So the actual assets themselves, these programs have things that are kind of like a library of things. You have a library of vegetation, a library of people. They kind of move in just generic, sort of basic things that, common things that you would see every day. But, they have it built in for a lot of that stuff, but it's kind of, taking the Lego pieces and putting them in their place to create a scene. And, just an atmosphere. How is this space, more than just showing it, it's like, how is this space going to feel? How is it going to function? And kind of taking all of those elements and, telling a story with it. And, sometimes there's limitations, but, there's a limited amount of things you see in nature and, sort of the way it interacts with architecture.
So you're really a visual designer. You're designing and creating a visual experience for the end user, right?
Yeah. Like I said, it's like kind of like playing, like it's like your world building, kind of that sort of thing. You're just creating that environment that they're gonna live in. Maybe you want to show it how it's gonna be on a rainy day, or in here in Pittsburgh when it's snowing. We can depict all the seasons, but it's kind of showing that atmosphere and just how's it gonna feel.
What's one of the biggest challenges in what you do?
Like we had said, with technology, it has changed so much. It used to be time. It was so much time to get one image out of one image of the story. Now, it's become so much, the computers have gotten so much better that the challenge is almost sometimes keeping up with the technology, and because things are changing at a much higher pace and they're advancing. But that's the fun part, is because you get to see all the cool things a lot quicker, and you get to get into your design and explore your ideas a lot better. So keeping up with it is a challenge, but again, it doesn't feel like as much of a challenge because it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
So.
Well, one of the other things we have to balance is now the expectation of clients that everything can be seen three-dimensionally as it's going to be built, and we have to kind of temper that expectation, right?
Yeah, that's definitely true. It can get very literal. Sometimes we have to pull back ourselves, and because we just want to show a concept, and we don't want to get the client or even ourselves too caught up in the exactness of the project at this phase. So yeah, that is a challenge.
Yeah, but it's interesting, and it sounds like you have a lot of fun doing your work.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being on the spot. Until next time.